Welcome, everybody, to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. My name's Bryn, here with Gary and James, and we are 4-0, baby. 4-0.
Just as I predicted.
Yeah, right. Thank you to everyone who's here joining us in the chat. Please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Give us a like in that video, especially if you are here in the live chat. Please make sure you hit that like button. And make sure you're following us on all of our social media channels, Instagram, Twitter, join our Facebook group, all the good stuff so you don't miss anything that we're doing. And we want to thank our sponsor, Thomas Orthodontics. Please look him up at thomasortho.com. Follow him on Instagram as well. He can show you all of his before and after work. Again,
I'm so jealous of those people that have beautiful teeth.
I really you can too. Go to Thomas Orthodontics.
That's true. There you go.
All right.
You've got it.
Again, hi to everybody in the chat. Give us your thoughts.
Hey, y'all.
We are going to start tonight, obviously, with our recap of the UCLA game. So what were your overall thoughts of the game?
Gary, start us off.
Your overall impression.
Okay, here's my impression. Well, general impression, first of all. We're 4-0.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So let me start there. Before I get into some of the specifics of the game, I'll just go with that. We're 4-0, and I ask myself, under the circumstances, when we step back and just consider the injuries to the team and personnel and all that kind of stuff, man, we're 4-0. To me, that's an amazing accomplishment up to this point.
Yeah.
I think we take for granted where we're at. Yeah, I mean, there's some things I wish were a little more exciting, particularly offensively, which we'll talk about that. But the bottom line for me is, dude, we're 4-0, and we've had from, 10 to 12 guys who are typically starters, and not just starters, but key pieces that have not been there. And the way Witt and the coaching staff and the way we've played, we've been able to go 4-0. That is a heck of an accomplishment. I think we should be excited about it. So that's my starting general impression.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly it. It wasn't fun. It was stressful. It wasn't the most pretty game, In a lot of ways, it was frustrating and kind of boring. But gosh dang it, we're 4-0. It's the only place you'd want to be right now. We've got the thing we got to remember is, exactly what you said. We've got all these starters. Our best two offensive players haven't played a single snap all year. We have 2 wins versus top 25 caliber teams, plus another P5 win. I mean, it would be so nice to have won every single game 42-7, but man, we're undefeated so far.
Are we? Isn't the objective to win the game?
Winning is winning, baby.
So winning the game is the objective. Yeah. Would it be fun to, be throwing up 50 every game and 45 right now? Sure, it would be. Winning, 45-30.
Yeah.
Okay. But the objective is a W, and we've been getting it under these circumstances. And hats off to the coaching staff and to the players and all of that stuff to get us at 4-0.
Yeah.
And beating UCLA. Okay, so there you go. That's my general.
There you go. I mean, we kind of talked about this after the game.
No, Johnny, I just threw him away at the stadium.
just bypass that comment. But hi to Bart Barker. He says this is his first live. So
hey,
welcome. No, we talked about it kind of after the game, is that we are 4-0 with basically no offense.
None to speak of.
Like, our offense has just not played. You mentioned it already. Let's just mention really quick who didn't play, because this list, it got a little shorter for UCLA, but still. Okay, Rising, obviously, Keithy, Johnny Maea still didn't play.
Starting center, senior center.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's wild.
So Pittman didn't play.
I didn't see him on the field.
Didn't play.
McLean, he didn't play, which he played Weber State.
He looked good. Big guy.
On the defensive side, we had some guys did play who hadn't played yet this season, but then we had other guys go out. So Fillinger didn't play.
Correct.
I guess Fotu didn't play. O'Toole hasn't played
Has not played
at
yet.
all. And then our kicker, Becker.
Damouni didn't play.
Okay, so there's another
He was
one.
out. Linebacker.
I
That's
mean,
not out,
Or
what I'm saying,
he does
dude.
not play.
Bernard, that's it. I mean, Bernard's
yeah,
out.
Bernard.
Bernard's out for the season, as we know. So, and Brandon Rose, obviously, he's not for the season, but we don't know if we'll see him. It is sitting in that game. It's like, oh, this game is so boring, and it was frustrating. But then, big picture, you got to look at this. We are 4-0 with basically no offense and a bunch of defensive guys missing, which that's wild to me. How amazing our defense is, and we still don't have full power.
Yeah, 2 of our starting defensive linemen, Fillinger and O'Toole, haven't played, and that defensive line is scary good.
All right, let's talk about the O.
Let's go to the offense.
Let's go O.
Okay.
What do you want to talk about?
Okay, okay. We all of us, all the Utah fans and everyone else knows the story of our offense. It's been rough. Yeah, the play calling has been conservative. Johnson can only run the plays
that he's
gives to him. Yeah. Now, again, the idea is to win the game. So they come up with a game plan for the personnel. See, here's the thing for the last game, which, I was frustrated, so I'm not saying that I wasn't, but we have one running back.
Yeah, Jaquindon went out, and then behind
he was gone in the second quarter. We don't have Bernard. You have Jalen Glover. The guys behind him have no action. Curry's not ready to go. So you've got Glover, who is, he's 5'7", 205, something like that. So he's solid, but he's not a massive back.
Well, and he's not crazy fast either.
And so we only have one running back, and I think it was Witt today, where he talked about he missed some blitzes.
He's just not experienced.
Okay,
he doesn't have
that's my point. So when you're blitzing and you have one guy that is inexperienced, and I did see some mistakes made. There were some sacks because he was blitz pickup misses.
That's one of the things that's not talked about with running backs. We all see when they get the ball and what they do with the ball, but it's blitz pickups. He had a couple of really, really nice ones, but you're exactly right. Whose responsibility was it? There's a sack, and does it fall on the running back? And those things don't get talked about very often, and those are overlooked with experience. And it's crazy how week 1 we were sitting here talking about, man, our running back depth, you got 4 guys deep. It's going to be incredible. And now we don't know with Jackson. Nothing has been said, but he went out in like the first quarter and never came back.
Well, he went out and then he tried coming back in, and then
second quarter
he got hurt. Like it's his ankle, whatever's going on.
And so we're down to Glover, and you're right. Curry's had like 3 plays all year.
Yeah, he's not quite there.
So it's frustrating, but this is how Whittingham knows that, hey, we have arguably the best defense in the country. So let's take the offense, score enough points to win the game. Don't do anything stupid. Let's play very conservative. It's frustrating, but
I think
goal is win.
I mean, someone could look this up. A math major or a math genius. Look at the number of plays running, number of plays passed. I think the first half anyway, our ratio was 90% run.
Yeah.
It may have improved slightly in the second half, but not a ton. And the reality is, I mean, I rewatched the game on, Brock Ewart and whoever the other guy was, and it was extremely obvious that we were running the ball, and they were just stacking the line, man. Everybody was there.
What I would have done.
And he made the comment, which is absolutely true, is that, look, if you put everybody in the box, you only have so many guys to block. You're not going to be able to get through all of them, and that's what was happening.
Yeah.
But so here's the thing. You're right. We play to win. You don't have to stack up 50 points. We just play to win. And they play wit ball under these circumstances, which is.
It says we keep cutting out. I apologize if that's happening.
I don't know.
Don't have a lot of.
I think that's. I hope that's not too bad.
Sorry, nothing we can really do on it.
I think that's online.
Everybody,
it's online stuff.
Probably just Bryn.
It's just me. I won't touch anything. Our audio is horrible. I don't know.
I'll see what we can do.
Well,
Let's figure it out. Just have to plow through it. Now you can watch it later for sure.
Mostly Gary. It's fine.
Oh,
That's fine.
that's okay.
No one cares.
Anyway, it's
Gary says.
Whitball. We've won a lot of games. He plays the clock.
Yeah.
And the clock is actually the way they've changed the rule this year, where it's a running clock up until the 2 minutes. It doesn't stop with every first down and stuff like that. That actually helps Witt in the way he plays. Run clock, even if we run the ball 3 times, but it runs a bunch of clock off. And then our punter, who is unbelievable. He's actually one of the stars of the team. Baumeister.
Mhm.
Dude, you just and the way our D is playing, so it's complementary football, and Witt plays it this way. If we can get a lead, this is what he does.
What he's always done.
We win a ton of games. That's
Witt
it, man.
has
Whitball.
never cared
Whitball.
about style points. Whittingham never cares about style of points. All he cares about is wins and losses. So when he looks up at the scoreboard and he goes, we're up by 2 possessions with 6 minutes left. Okay, I'm going to run the ball, and then I'm going to have my punter and I'm inside the 10 and make him go 90 plus yards more than one time. And they haven't shown that they can do it. And that's what he did against Florida. That's what he did against UCLA.
Well, this is those of us who've been Ute fans for years and years and years. Yeah, this is exactly how Whittingham plays. Now, he has adjusted over the last few years because we had to when being in the Pac-12. You had to get a more explosive offense.
Yeah, we were averaging, I think last year, 38 over 38 points a game.
Per
Right.
game.
So we had to, but when we were in the Mountain West for years, this is Whittingham, and it's frustrating. I get it. It's boring. You want the flashy, you want the excitement. I want it too, but
We have been.
Oh, I love when we beat
not
USC.
this year.
No,
Not
I'm
this
not.
year. is
Okay,
what
that's what I'm saying is that
not
The
this
last
year.
2 years,
he's
we did.
adapted to the situation
Right.
of our team.
Yes.
Well, right, and
That's
that's where I get the frustration with Ludwig and the play calling. I get it, but they are doing what they can with our personnel that we have right now. And that's how I look at it. And believe me, I get frustrated with Ludwig as well. I just don't think we have the confidence in Johnson right now to do those big plays. We just don't. So they're playing up to the strengths that we have right now. I don't know what's gonna get better. The only
I was-
if Cam comes in,
yeah.
but who knows?
I was disappointed we had some boos in the game.
Yeah.
I sort of get it, but I don't get it. I don't think we
I
should.
never get
I don't think we
booing
should get
your
on
own
our guys
team.
myself.
I don't like it.
Personally.
Here's what I'll say. If you missed it, Nate Johnson came out and apologized on Twitter. If you didn't read it, go read it. He apologized because of the boos, right? I understand we were not booing Nate Johnson. At least I hope nobody was booing Nate Johnson. I think that the general consensus that they were booing the play calls. That's what the booing was for. Now, I'm with you two. Booing your own team, especially in college. I mean, remember, these guys are 18, 19, 20-year-old kids. NIL aside, and they're making, okay, fine. It's still your team. Now, I'll say this. If I'm in an NFL game, bet your ass I'm going to be booing. When they're making more in one game than I'm making in an entire year, yeah, I'm going to boo those guys. The youths, I think we need to be a little bit better, a little bit more understanding. Because, guys, we won the game.
I feel bad if a player Johnson's young, I get it. He should never have to come on social media and apologize. And actually, he needs to stay off social media because it's an ugly, ugly place.
It's an ugly place to be sometimes.
Let me tell you, we've discovered that. But I feel bad that he felt like he had to do that. You don't need to apologize to us. We are fans. You don't owe us anything.
No.
You don't owe us anything. I'm sorry. You just don't. You go out and do what you need to do. You don't need to apologize to us.
Also, yeah, Kenneth, we were booing the refs because they sucked.
Oh, man, the refs.
Hey, it's good to see some Duck fans on. So hang in there because we got stuff to say about that.
We are Duck fans.
We will get there.
We'll get there. All right. Well, let's talk defense because
Yeah.
let's go to the shining star.
It is personal now.
Oh, it has been for a while, hasn't it?
All right, moving on.
Defense. What do you want to say?
Unreal.
That was a fantastic performance. That was so much fun to watch.
From the
Oh,
first
so much fun.
literal.
It was fun to watch.
From the first play of the game through the entire. They kicked the crap out of UCLA. It was so fun.
I did say to my husband in the fourth quarter, I said to him, I was like, I actually really feel bad for this guy, the quarterback.
Nah, I didn't know.
No, I started to feel bad because you could just tell he was terrified.
He was so scared.
He was
And
terrified.
he was so gun
towards the
shy.
end,
Yeah.
which wouldn't you be? Who's coming after you every single play? Just
Well, let me just throw in to all the fans, all you people who came to Rice Eccles Stadium. It was loud, man.
it
The
was
north
loud.
end zone showed out.
It was like freak, man. It was jet engine stuff.
That was very loud for a day game.
For a 1:30 kick, it was super loud, and I gotta give a ton of credit. It was full at kickoff. I turned to you and I said, "Can you believe this? It's 1:30 and it was full. It was great.
Good job, Utah
Great
fans.
atmosphere. It was a blast."
But the thing is, when I did my short just before the game, I think most people probably agree, is that we all knew this guy was young.
Yeah.
He was 18 years old, very talented. You can see the talent in some of the plays. But he had never played in a situation like this ever against a defense like Utah's. And hey, man, we trashed him.
It's probably the best defense he'll play. And to your point, in 2 years from now, kid could be really good. He made some plays that you went, okay, I see it. But you're right. Those guys are coming after him. You know, you got
sacked 7 times.
Ellis just murdering him back there.
Ellis had the most sacks of anyone in the country this week. Mark Harlan, I know you watch. I'm sure he's watching. I am begging you
What? I know what you're gonna say.
to lock up Morgan Scally right
That's
now.
not what I was gonna say.
Please, I am begging you to do whatever you need to do to keep that man on Utah's coaching staff for the rest of his life. Please, I'm begging you. Please.
Hallelujah.
Go. It's just like I tweeted this. They're like a brick wall that also wants to just like suffocate you.
Well, the thing that was so amazing is
It was fun to watch, man.
it was so fun to watch because they were able to get so much pressure with 3 or 4 guys.
It was just the line.
It was just the line. And so that allows the linebackers and everybody on the backside to cover. He had nowhere to go with the ball. That last drive, they had to go 91 yards and we had 3 sacks in 4 plays. That was one of the best defensive outings maybe I've ever seen.
Okay, well, they rushed. People on the chat, right off the top of your heads, how many yards did UCLA get rushing?
Oh, I know the answer, so.
You probably know it. Does anybody on chat? Come on, let's see those quick fingers.
They have a great running back. And keep in mind, this was Chip.
Boom.
9
9 yards.
9 rushing yards, 1 touchdown in the entire game. To Chip Kelly, offensive genius.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah,
have you
but
seen?
dude.
Did you see the stat that since Chip Kelly's coached at UCLA, his 3 lowest scoring games have all 3 been to Utah?
I think it was like 7, 7, and 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like we know UCLA's good. They've been putting up points.
No, they're good.
Their running back is good. But again, that was when we played Florida. They had the running back duo that was very good, and they could only score 11.
Let's hope they do it again this week.
Given up 11, 13, 7, and 7. And again, you kind of think about, it's 4-0, and everyone else who's undefeated, it's because they played like
Their offense
the lower teams, whatever. No, we played Florida and Baylor, Weber State, and then UCLA.
Yeah.
And basically our defense has been on the field the entire game in all 4 of those games.
Florida had 13 rushing yards.
Yeah.
UCLA had 9. Those are 2 top 25 programs that we held to 22 rushing yards.
So I think, where did I see it? Yeah, Austin Bridge. Dante lost. He was minus 51 because of the sacks and stuff. But even then, they only, if you just put gross yards rushing, take out the sacks, 60, what is it, 1, 2 or something like that?
60 yards.
Still, that's
60 yards rushing is all.
nothing. But hey, it was 9 yards on the stat sheet, which is unbelievable. But I got to be fair here. With just a few plays, it could have been a lot different. Because if you watch the game carefully, I can't remember exactly the quarters these things happened. He threw a touchdown. The guy dropped it in the end zone. in his
And
hand.
he had some missed passes
There was one,
to wide open guys.
a guy was wide open. I watched the replay, the dude was wide open and Moore didn't even see it.
Yeah.
And then right in front of us, he overthrew the guy.
I
Which
thought he
was
was
a
going to score because
touchdown.
it just was a bad throw. He just overthrew him.
And
But that's
I mean, I'm just saying
gotta
this,
execute, baby.
you can find it both ways, but I'm saying it was just the margin of error
Uh-huh.
when you're scoring 14 points. And then they were on the 5-yard line and we caused a fumble. So there were times, hey, but they didn't make the plays. We did. We
made the
won.
plays.
Boom.
That's all. I mean, that's what it is. And I will say this: I think UCLA is actually a very good football team. I think they're going to beat a couple of teams. I don't think that they're in that top 4 conversation of the conference, but 5, 6, I think that's right where they are. I think they're going to beat some teams, especially when they're at home. I got to give UCLA fans credit. There was a decent section. I think their entire Rose Bowl fandom came to our game. There was like 200.
That's as many as they get their own stadium.
Exactly. I think there was like 200 of them. It was impressive. I hope they had fun though. I ran into a couple of them. Very nice people.
Yeah.
They were good people.
Yeah, I'm with David. UCLA never had a chance with the freshmen. He was overwhelmed, man.
He was just
He'd never seen anything like it. Felt it, heard it.
Yeah.
Well,
But it was fun watching him get pounded.
Oh,
Not gonna lie.
no.
special teams. I mean, we kind of mentioned Will Meester already. I don't know if there's anything else you wanna
Is he not the back-to-back weeks special
Teams player.
Uh-huh.
He should
for
be.
Pac-12.
for Pac-12? I believe he is.
If he's not, he should be.
He had someone tell me
Was.
he had like 150 yards in punts or something like that
Well,
at
he's
that game,
averaging 44 or something like
which
that.
wasn't a good thing. I mean, we punted
Yeah.
so
But
much.
I think he pinned them inside the 10 like 6 times or something like that.
It's in the 20 for 15.
it's huge.
Bottom line
It's
is he's
huge.
flipped the field. That's what Paul, because he has a punter. He puts him back there, and it's either like 90, 80 yards you have to go. And when you're dominating, it's hard.
Yeah, when they have to put together 10, 12, 13 play drives, it's very, very hard, especially with the defensive line that Utah has.
So we definitely have a weapon in the punter. I mean, that's but it's true right now. The way we've needed to use it. Whatever.
Anyways,
Hey.
we talked about
We won, baby.
Race Eccles. The atmosphere was great. I loved seeing the 2008 team.
I wish they would have given
That
them
was there.
more time.
Yeah, that was weak, I thought.
Well, it's because they were doing it with all the Hall of
but
Famers.
you do all the other people, and then you do a special thing for the 2008 squad. Because that was
and King Louis,
Yeah,
he made the.
if he had missed, I would have been
He
really
just
sorry.
barely made it. He was a little close to not getting that one.
Yeah, Vele had a couple of good catches. He did,
What I was-
considering limited amounts.
Yeah,
I
Bailey
look
did.
up
Just
how
not
many targets
throwing.
he had. It wasn't very.
It
I
was.
think we
We just didn't
couple.
throw
We
very
just didn't
good.
throw the ball.
We're not using our tight ends. I mean, I don't know.
Can't get into it again. Anyway, what I was gonna say, I thought this is where you were going with Harlan. We need the stadium atmosphere has been great. You watch those other games, and when a team scores, they do all the lights and stuff. Can we get that?
The light thing would be cool.
Well, I think would be cool.
I was watching the Washington game, and they score 45 times a game, and so it's just constantly purple and black lights, and it was cool.
Well, even Enos U was doing it
Uh huh.
when
was
they
awesome.
scored a few
A
times
lot.
on that one team.
Can we get rid of the?
No flickering lights. Oh, come on, man.
Walter.
Modern light.
No, it's such an easy thing to like bring the hype.
Close your eyes, Walter. Come on.
Oh, flush! They don't have it at Oregon. Well, we need to be do
What's going
something
on?
before Oregon. Come on. We just need some
Gonna
more.
give a seizure to
Rose.
Rose. Okay.
I guess
Well-
we don't want that.
Just close your eyes,
Close your
Rose.
And can we get rid of the Ooga Jucka? Ooga Jucka. What is that
The
stuff?
timing of
I
it.
don't. Yeah, the timing makes it worse. But that song is not a motivator.
It's a terrible song
Okay,
in general.
we're not going to go down this rabbit hole of the Rice Eccles music. It's just
we needed a
black hole.
song. Not
It's a
that.
black hole that will suck us in.
Yeah.
that we
Okay.
just
That
can't-
thing's got to go away.
We just can't get into.
All right.
All right, let's
What do you
go.
got?
Let's go to the top 25. So the new polls came out. Let's go through those. At least we'll start with the AP.
Want to go AP?
Yeah, let's start with AP.
What you're thinking? Okay. Well, you got Georgia, Michigan, Texas. Texas is 3. whatever. Ohio State's 4.
Real quick on that. Michigan's 2.
Yeah.
Based off what? Based off what?
Well, Georgia hasn't played anybody
Okay.
either.
Georgia won the national championship the last 2 years, so I'll give them that. Michigan,
Well, Michigan was in
the final. So what? They've played nobody. I think Michigan should be like 6th until they beat somebody.
It's all just because they were ranked that high in the preseason.
Considering
so
I just
keep
watched,
them.
considering I just watched Notre Dame, Ohio State beat the crap out of each other. That was a great game. And then I watched Florida State, and I've watched Washington, and I've watched these teams play people, and then Michigan comes out here and they're like, we're playing right in high school, put us at number 2. That pisses me off.
So Florida State is 5.
That was a close game.
Clemson didn't miss that field
Penn
goal
State
at
is
the end.
6. I think
Okay.
that's a
State.
team that people are overlooking, by the way.
Penn State is talked about them.
And then here we go with the Pac-12. Washington 7, USC 8. So Washington has jumped USC here.
Yeah, they did.
Flush, rightfully so.
Absolutely, man.
What do you think?
So Washington, USC, Oregon, Utah. That rounds up the top 10.
4 straight Pac-12 schools.
Well, and I think it's the first time the Pac-12 has ever had 4 in the top 10.
Then you go Notre
I think
Dame,
something like
Alabama,
that.
LSU, Oklahoma, North Carolina, Washington State is at 16. Dude, they're good. Duke, Miami, Oregon State at 19.
Duke.
Ole Miss 20, Tennessee 21, Florida 22. What is with that? When Florida beat them, what do they should just flip them.
Just flip 'em.
They're back to back. It's like,
It's so dumb.
hey, maybe they should play head to head and see who's better. Oh, they did.
That's why
so
this
weird.
stuff is so dumb. These polls are just
It wasn't like they squeaked it out. They beat them pretty good.
They beat 'em.
They did. Oh yeah, they handled it.
They handled them.
So if you go to
Well, can we mention UCLA did drop out of the top 25 and Colorado as well.
Rightfully so.
I had Joel Klatz up here, but I don't know what I did with it. Do you have it real quick?
I'll have it pulled
Look him up.
Yeah.
Look up Joel
This is
Klatz.
live TV.
I know, look it up. But what I will go to, and this is just out of interest, because Brett McMurphy, I see him on Twitter and all this and that.
The Ute hater.
He typically hates Utah. So up until this point, we've been like number, I don't know what, 20,
18, 20.
19.
Mhm.
He never gives Utah any freaking respect. Harold Lusk.
It's just Jesse
What?
White Church.
Okay. You want Joel's or
Yeah,
do
let's
you
hear
want
let's hear Joel's. I
Let me
like
just finish McMurphy. The thing about McMurphy this week, for the first time, he put Utah at number 10.
Wow.
All of a sudden,
Thank you.
he
Brett.
jumped on the bandwagon, I guess.
He had us like 22nd or something.
yeah, he was like
preseason.
22nd, 18, 20, and then
10.
10.
Now he has Oregon at 8, SC at 9, and Utes at 10. He has Washington at 5. He has Florida State at 1. No way, man.
No,
What? They
no,
almost
no, no, no.
lost.
They should have lost to Clemson.
If Clemson doesn't miss that field goal, they lose.
Which, by the way,
Why would you
found
put them
this
at
out.
1?
Found this out. The Clemson kicker was like, he was doing online school and living in New York or something like that. And Dabo called him up and said, hey, you're
Yeah.
still enrolled. We need a kicker. So that week, he came down and became the kicker for Clemson.
Oh, think about if
And
he
he missed.
think about if he had
The
made
dude is on
that.
I
He's
feel
on watch.
horrible for
If
that
he
kid.
made that, what a story that would have been.
Now, how crazy is that? I know he missed.
All right,
It was
let's
a
get
long
Clatt.
kick,
I
though.
respect Clatt.
I know.
That's my
Let's get
favorite.
the actual one, which shout out to Connor, Death
Yeah.
Taxes, and Jonah Ellis. I
That's-
like that.
Oh,
Jonah
absolutely.
Ellis is- He's a monster.
All right, this is Joel Klatt's top 10 for this week. Georgia won. He has Washington at number 2, which he's had Washington high the whole season.
Hey,
which
I'm with him, man.
I am too.
I'm telling you what, Washington is the most complete team.
You're scary.
I don't know if I can say in the country, for sure in the Pac-12, maybe in the country.
The
Georgia,
defense is still a question,
It's not bad.
but it's dang good.
They are very scary. All right, Michigan 3rd, Ohio State 4th. He has Texas at 5th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Penn State 6th, Florida State 7th, USC 8th, Oregon 9, Utah 10.
So he flipped us in Oregon because we were 9, I think, on his.
No.
thing.
No,
We're-
we're the exact same
No, from
as
last year.
the AP.
I know, but from last year or from last week.
Last
Oh,
week.
from last
But he
week.
jumped Washington.
Yeah, but Oregon
He's like-
deserves to go
Which
with his.
deserve it, man.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm okay with it.
I mean, that's a great top 10.
You know what we need to do? We need to revisit this. Maybe we need a couple weeks under it. And I'd be interested what people would have to say, is to revisit the debate we had
I know what you're gonna say.
on who is the most NFL ready QB. I guess we could go nation, but certainly Pac-12. Is it Penix? Is it Caleb? I watched those games
watched
back
both
to back
games.
this week,
I watched both games.
which we'll get to. I thought it was very interesting. That is an interesting debate. We got to do it.
Has Penix still not played
don't
a
think
full game?
He hasn't played a full game
I don't
yet
think he has
because he didn't play out the full game against Cal.
because he hasn't had to.
When you're up 42-0 in the third quarter,
Well, Gary, I don't think we can do it on this episode. We have too many other things.
True. Okay.
So, all right. Well, let's go to Oregon State. We do need to look at Utah fans. Just remember, it is Friday night. So we
7
have
o'clock.
a short week. It's 7:00 Mountain Time.
Our
I
time.
actually don't know what network it's on. Who knows that?
Oh,
I'll
what is
find
it?
I'll find
Network.
I needed
I'll
to-
find it.
I needed to look it up.
I'm on it. My
Yeah,
cellular telephone
Friday
device.
night. So, Fox Sports 1. Thank you, John.
Perfect.
So don't forget that on your Friday night plans. Oregon State, they do make me nervous.
Mhm.
I mean, last time we had to go up there, they out Utah'd us.
That was last year.
No, we played them at home last year.
Oh no, okay,
I'm
you're
talking
right.
about
You're right.
2
You're
years
right.
ago
2 years
when we were up
we went
Picked
up
them
there.
off like 3 times.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or Phillips did.
Hey, yeah, Gavin.
His drinks on. He's not allowed to have it on
Not
the
allowed to
table
have it.
He got
this week.
got
I've
punished.
been doing this for 5 years. I make one mistake.
Well, yeah. You're still. My helmets are still sticky from
Sticky.
crap all over it.
Everyone's yelling at us.
Cables are
"Move the
messed up.
helmets!"
Hey, thank you, your Fave 5 head. Great name, by
Good
the way.
name.
No, you've been around our channel for a while, so thank you. You know what? That's respect that you can give us respect after a good game.
Rose,
Give him a clap.
Let me give you a clap.
You get a clap.
You get the clap.
Thank you for that. It is a testament to Whittingham. Absolutely. All right, Oregon State. Give us some stats, Gary.
Well, I'll give some general thoughts, and then you tell me your general thoughts, and we can look at a couple of stats. What?
What is that comment?
Because I'm not going to spill it.
I hope you spill that.
I know. I just jinxed
I
it. Probably.
hope so bad.
All right, go ahead. Oregon
Go,
State.
go, go,
Sorry.
go.
Oregon State is very much a program. Utah and Oregon State play very similar. They are a very balanced team. They actually run more. They're physical, and so it's going to be tough. Your QB DJ, I'm just going to call him DJU because I don't want to butcher his name.
Yeah, I can never pronounce it. So
Uli Ungalale.
is that how you say it?
Uiagalelei.
I think.
Ui.
I was like,
Uyunglele?
when they were saying it on the broadcast on Saturday night, I was trying to put it in my brain.
DJ.
DJ.
You
I
know
mean,
who we're-
DJU. That's what I'm calling
DJU,
him.
but
Okay.
Uli Ungalale.
Of course, he came from Clemson.
Yeah.
He's sort of up and down.
Mhm.
He's a good quarterback. And these are my impressions. I mean, he's a good quarterback. Does he scare me like a bunch of the other guys in the league? No way.
No, not the same level. No.
But their strength is their running game. Martinez and Fenwick.
Very,
So
very
I
good
watch
running
them
game.
play. You tell solid running backs. It's not like they got lucky on their runs. They are solid runners, man, and it does worry me. So here's the key to the game: is that Utah only allows, I'm not even sure what is it, 50 yards a game or something rushing so far.
Oh.
I can look that up
no,
real
it's
quick.
not that.
And then you've got Oregon State, who averages like over 200 a game rushing. This is the game.
So that's the matchup.
This is going to be the matchup.
It is.
And Utah is going to have to be able to move the ball, whether it's running or whatever we do. Washington State lit them up in the secondary.
I know, but Cam Ward is a really good quarterback. It's unfortunate that he's a great quarterback. It's just there's 4 other quarterbacks in the conference who are having a better season. But watching that game, I think he's a phenomenal quarterback. And yeah, they lit him up, but their offense is really built for that.
Okay, well, I'm not saying that we would be like that, but I would say they're vulnerable.
Yes.
We have to at least make him respect the pass. I mean, who knows? We'll see, but I don't think their running backs are. I know our UCLA guys with us, but I think their running game is better than UCLA's running game. Their running backs are good, man.
Their offense is built run first and then pass. And that's how they get DJU to throw the ball. But I can't remember who said it, but he's exactly right. If you can make him pass the ball and you can make them a little bit more one-dimensional, get them into those 3rd and 7 situations, that's where Utah's going to have to win this game. Make him pass. He will make mistakes. He's very up and down. He'll make a pass here and there in the game that you'll go, holy crap, that was incredible. But he'll also make some very poor decisions as well. This game, if you look in a lot of, at least on the Utah side, very similar to what we just watched. Just prepare yourself, Utah fans.
But here's one of the big problems, and I can't remember which player it is, but we're going to miss him for the whole first half. The one who was ejected for targeting. Who was it?
Our D lineman?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Can't remember his name. I don't think I can pronounce it. I'm sorry.
But that's a huge asset for us. And
we do have Peppa's in there.
Peppa came back. It was his first game back.
Yeah. And Tafuna, they're both back.
No, I understand that. But when you're saying that their strength is the run,
yeah, it is.
Our strength
and
is
he's
the
a
run
massive
defense,
dude right in
and
the middle.
he's right there in the middle.
Yeah.
Namahi. That's going to be we're going to miss that. So for the first half, he can't even play.
Yes, targeting.
Well, I'll just throw some stats out so you're aware of what we're up against.
Okay.
They average basically 460 yards a game of offense, and they have allowed 324 yards a game.
That's the thing. They
get 450. They average, so their passing yards a game it's 235 yards a game passing. They are, let's see, as far as they put up it's 46% third down percentage this year. Not quite 50% on third down, 46%.
That'll come down against Utah. Utah's got the best third down defense
they forced
in the country.
6 turnovers. Anyway, so their offense is balanced, but it's power football.
Yeah.
It's run. It mimics Utah.
Yeah, they set everything up with a good run game and a good O-line.
And we all know it, that their offense, statistically to this point, is better than Utah's offense. Just is.
Oh, yeah.
Now, our defense statistically, if you match it, is better than theirs, but it's not massively different.
No, Oregon State's a really good
So
team.
we're up
against Oregon State, man. I'm telling you, I said before the year when we talked about predictions, and I said, I think this is at the time
one of the toughest.
And I had this marked down as our first loss.
Yeah.
When we gave predictions, because they are very similar to Utah. They've got a very solid defense. They can run the ball, which is huge. So the clock is going to go in this game very fast because both teams are going to try and run the ball. And it's on the road, a Friday night game. It just has a lot of elements that make me very nervous. And that's when I thought that Cam would be back at this point.
Well, and the problem is, obviously, our offense is the problem. And so what I get so nervous about is just our defense can never get off the field. They never get a break. So I think they are going to stop Oregon State because they're so good at it, but they're just going to get worn down because we can't keep our offense on the field. At least that's how it's been leading up to this game. Cam doesn't play, which who knows? I don't have a lot of confidence in it right now. I'm kind of just at this point, I'm just kind of assuming he's not.
Yeah.
So that's where I do get worried. I agree with you. This was one of the games that I was most concerned about. And so add on top of that our offense is struggling so much, this is going to be a really rough one.
It's not. I'm not just coming out and saying we're going to lose this game. I still think that Utah is
We
a
can win.
top 10 team,
Absolutely, man.
and so you give Ludwig and Whittingham a game plan that matches Nate's strengths to what maybe they've got some weaknesses. Let ball do its thing and rely heavily on your defense and punt and all those things. I'm just saying this situation, especially on the road, they cannot. I'll just say it, they cannot play it like we played against Baylor, or we'll
And it's
get
a hard place to play.
blown out. It is.
You've been there.
I've been there. It's not a daunting stadium. They just redid a bunch of it.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
It's really nice, but it does get loud. The way they have the student section it's not like the Must where it's like one side. It actually wraps around the entirety of the stadium on the lower tier. So the students are on the front the entire game. It gets loud. And then they have that stupid little chainsaw thing.
Yeah. It's better than a cougar sound, but
it's I'm with you that we have to be a little more dynamic on offense. We have to be able to score some points.
Yeah,
we're not going to win. I don't think you can rush the ball 80 times or 80% of the time against Oregon State. No. I mean, I'm not expecting us all of a sudden to start throwing the ball.
But can't we get a couple of like we have to 10-yard routes?
We have to do some
We
stuff.
have to
soften it up.
And what worries me, I mean, the Cam thing, who knows, man? I'm sick and tired of talking about it, to be honest with you. What worries me most now is the running back situation, because that's Utah's game is running. We have one healthy, experienced guy, semi-experienced guy in Glover. That's it.
And you got Curry, who's not played. So you've got Nate Johnson, who's a freshman. Keep in mind, everybody, Nate Johnson's a freshman. I know he played a couple of games last year, sparingly. The kid is a freshman, okay? Glover's a sophomore. Okay, so we have that.
And Glover only played a couple games last year. He got hurt.
He's a freshman in so many ways. So very young, but we have to be able to at least complete some passes to keep them honest. Because if you watch the UCLA game, they didn't expect our pass game at all. They just had everybody there.
Even try it.
Even try. So we've got to get better at that to make it so that, okay, now they don't have just 10 dudes in the box every freaking play.
If we know it,
everyone knows it. And these idiots know it.
I know.
They know it. I mean, they got to play with who we've got. That's what I'm saying. Is that's what's worrying me. Is that we had the full stable of running backs, dude. Let's move the ball. But when that worries me. But having said all that, hey, we can still win.
Oh,
but that margin is very thin.
It's not.
That's how I view it.
Let's do this. Before we move on to talking about some of the other games that happened over the weekend, let's give our predictions right here, and then we'll talk about some of the other games that we got to see. James.
So I think Utah pulls it out. I genuinely do. 17-16 Utah.
Oh.
That's what it's going to be?
Oh.
That is what it's going to be. 17-16, 18-17, something.
Let me ask you though. What did you predict UCLA? Do you remember?
So initially I had it 31-21.
No idea what I said.
Okay. And then when I found out Cam wasn't playing, I did revise it.
How do you do that?
I tweeted it out and you can look it up.
Does anyone believe him?
No.
I don't believe him.
I tweeted 21-14 was my revision. I was wrong. But I'd revised to a 7-point game, which I was right in that.
I have no idea what I said.
I think that this game is even tighter.
I think mine was.
Mine
was a 1-point game. Yeah, it was like 28-27 or something like that. Go back and
against UCLA.
UCLA, okay, I'm saying.
What's your point?
I was just asking how close you were.
Okay, what's your prediction for Oregon State?
It's 24-23 Utah.
You guys are both at 1
24
point
games. You think
games.
we score 24 points? Mm-hmm. Hey, the defense scores again.
Why not? 24-23.
How great was that pick six, by the way?
Oh my gosh. My word.
John Dubb.
Just
24-20.
Absolute blunt.
What? Yes. Fletch is with us, man. 28-24.
So you guys are both a 1-point game.
Yeah.
That's how I feel the margin is. Wherever it is.
Okay.
Come on, Bryn. Don't.
I'm 21-17 Oregon State.
Oh,
that's
that's
Sorry,
get out.
that's fine.
Mocking. What? That is the. Hey,
Hey, I have always
I'm going to
said-
mute her now.
That's fine. I've always said Oregon State was going to be one of our losses.
Wait a minute.
And
This is garbage.
we have no offense, people.
Fire. She's fired. She's out.
Here's the thing.
fine.
Never accuse us
That's
of
fine.
not being fair and equal on the show.
That's what I'm saying. I can't homer it this time.
You can.
I can't.
What was the score prediction?
21-17 Oregon State.
John,
I can't,
ban
guys.
him.
It's fine.
Block him.
You're out, John.
I truly hope that I am wrong.
I'm not even sure what to say here.
Oh, Connor.
Hey, so
Wow.
maybe I'm like Josh Pate,
There's
where
a memory.
every time I pick, I will be wrong. Anyways,
Josh Pate, dude.
yeah, Josh Pate always picks against Utah, and then we keep winning.
He'll probably
so-
pick us this week, and that's a bad omen.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's move on. Okay, there's so many games we want to talk about. Where do you want to start? Let's start with Oregon, baby.
Oh, okay. Two of what? Where am I here?
There's no buttons.
Just
This is for Oregon. Thank you.
Quack, quack, baby.
Woo! And this is for Colorado.
We all knew.
nobody's surprised.
No.
Nobody's surprised. That's the thing. It was like,
It was a matter of time. It was just how much Oregon was going to beat them.
yeah, but it was over by the end of the first quarter. I
Yeah.
mean,
I think every fan in the Pac-12, beyond Colorado people, was excited for that blowout slaughter fest. I wish it was 65-7.
Yeah, I wish they
I was
hadn't called the dogs
disappointed.
up a
I'm not
little
going to lie.
bit. I didn't watch it, but I know some of
no,
you
we
did.
couldn't watch it because
They
we
called the
were
dogs
at Rice
off. Did they
Eccles.
just kind of run the clock out? Because it kind of felt that way.
Look, Colorado, it's a great story, and it will continue to be a great story this season. I just wanted a little more realism to come into the storyline. Which
They
I
got
think,
it.
yeah, Oregon. I heard a stat today that Shador has been sacked 22 times this season.
Is that right? Oh,
Somebody
man.
can look it up, but I heard someone give that stat 22
I
times
will
already.
just say they need to fix that because he won't last the season.
I know.
You can't a quarterback can't last the season getting sacked 22 times in his first 4 games.
Now,
I liked the fact that Oregon came out arrogantly to kick the crap out of
the
it.
dunk,
I am not. It's just, look, I think all of us understand when Dion and all of the hype and all that stuff. Hey, man, he put a target on everybody. I mean, I know ESPN and freaking Skip Bayless and all those talking heads who are all in on him. Look, Dion has put a target on the program because everyone is sick of this crap. And Oregon saw it. I like Dan Lanning.
Big fan of Dan.
Okay, I liked his speech. I had no problem with it because I agreed with everything he said. And Oregon is talented enough. This is the Pac-12, top of the league type of teams, and they went in and said, "Hey, little brother, shut up." That's how I viewed it. Okay, I loved it. I hope a bunch of other teams do it, just because you know what? Gold chains and watches and Lamborghinis don't win it on the field. And all the talk and chatter and being cool and the rap and the glasses, fine, man. It's cool. But on the field, it doesn't translate to blocking and passing and all the other stuff. And Oregon, as we all know, is a good football team. And
well, and not the Pac-12. You just can't. Okay, you beat Nebraska and you beat Colorado State. TCU, hang your hat on that. That was great. But
That one shocked me.
Nebraska and Colorado State. I mean, those teams aren't good. And now the rest of your
get
schedule.
one.
Now, what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah, and the stomping on the
I need to wear a big gold chain with a gigantic U with sunglasses on. I'll get it.
with Flush. If you didn't see it, they went out before the game and they did the little cleat stomp
Yeah, that's so stupid.
Why are you doing that? You're
just adding
just
to it.
adding to it, and you don't think that that's going to just go to the next level for Oregon? I mean, you guys were already going to get beat anyway, and then you go out and do that. It's just that. Come on, have a little bit of respect.
Well, it's the trash talk before, which they did with Colorado State too. It's just, it's all of this all added up together. We're all just a little tired of it, especially because we know what's so good in the Pac-12. There are really good teams in the Pac-12, so you can't think you're going to go in there and have a shot.
Hey, we've been to Autzen.
Yes.
Look, so all of the Flush and everybody, all you Duck fans, so you can take this respectfully, but you're annoying as hell.
Oh, you're the worst fan base.
Okay, it's loud, obnoxious, and we got beat the time I was there.
Well, I've been there twice, and both
and
times
you know,
the
fans were on the field and they were mocking our section. Okay, I get it, but I knew that they were going to be jacked for this game. Oh, and they were.
That fandom was probably out of their minds.
So hey, I'm just well done.
But I'm cheering for Colorado this weekend.
Oh, okay. We're moving. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Bryn has lost her mind.
I know.
Wait, okay, hold on a second.
Bryn has lost her mind. Something's wrong.
No.
She's picked against Utah, and now she's cheering for Colorado this week.
I know myself. I know that when I sit down to watch them play USC, 5 minutes in, my hatred of USC is just going to explode, and I can't. I have to cheer against USC. I can't.
Okay, I'll just.
I just know it. I watched them play ANSU, and I want to throw something at the TV. I can't stand them. You're telling me you're going to cheer for USC?
No,
you're not. You're going
to, baby.
You're going to sit down. No, you're not. You're going to sit down and watch it, and then you're going to have a puke bucket on both sides of you because it's just so gross. But
it's going to be awful. But I'm going to watch it.
You're not going to cheer for USC.
It's a no-win situation, really.
It's kind of a no-win, but it's kind of going to be funny.
But I cannot handle. Can you imagine if they take out?
I will deal with the chatter if it means because logically, Colorado's going to lose more games. So if USC can go down one, that'd be huge.
I understand the logic of it.
I'm not going logic here.
Loses, that it helps Utah. I understand all of that.
I guarantee when both of you sit down to watch it, you're going to be so disgusted with USC that you're going to agree with me.
Here's what I'll say is based off of the performance that USC's defense had the other day, that game is going to be 77-78. There is going to be
Let me just ask
defense.
this. Are you so you're cheering? So since she brought that up, the Colorado USC, you're cheering for SC.
No.
Colorado. Oh, good. And you're going to cheer for USC. I'm going for USC.
I'm going to go.
I mean, I'll be vomiting. I'll have a bucket next to me.
You're not going to.
You want to? Oh, you want to make a bet?
Should
I show you all of the texts and tweets and stuff I got from Colorado people,
Colorado
fans, and you too, and you're still going to cheer for those losers?
Yeah.
I'll be called names for saying that.
It's okay. They're all off the bandwagon now.
I'm just saying, I can't little crybaby Caleb annoys me to no end. Right. I can't deal with him. I can't.
Does he have like 2 earrings now?
Yeah, I can't.
Gosh, he is good though. Look, here's the thing. He is unbelievably good. I watched him and you go, gosh, he's good.
Okay,
all right, let's move on.
No. We're moving on to last week's games.
He's so obnoxious.
So we're going to talk. So you've already brought up SC and ANSU. Okay. Yeah. So I watched the game. You guys did too. Here's my impressions. SC's defense has not improved. Same thing.
At all.
It's the same. I'm watching the same team. Huh?
They're the exact same team.
Now this is so I watched them. I wanted ANSU to win so bad. And with all their gimmicks and stuff they were doing, and they were actually in the game. They were in the game. I wanted ANSU to win. In that little bowling ball running back did everything. SC's defense is not.
Rose,
I understand.
I'm not me.
I'm going with emotion.
Rose, you can't go off logic in these situations.
Well,
but here's my feeling. So I watched, and probably like a lot of people, I watched the Washington game, and I watched the
Oregon State
Oregon
game.
State,
the Oregon
Washington
State game,
State.
Washington State. So those teams. Then I watched
Yeah.
SC, probably like a lot of people,
Yeah.
like you guys. I was watching those teams. It was interesting. It's back to back to back and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And after watching, and then Utah, I saw some of the Oregon game because I recorded it. I wanted to watch it.
Okay.
And then I watched USC.
Okay.
Defense doesn't scare me.
No. What defense?
Their defense doesn't scare me. And to me, they play entitled. That's how I would explain SC, that they're out there and we are just so cool. We're just entitled to win. Don't you get that feel? I don't get the same feel with other teams.
I would agree.
Oh, it's the arrogance. I can't do it. I cannot cheer for him.
That was loud.
Deaf now.
I won't be able to.
Or is it deaf?
I don't know. Okay, then give me I want your ranking right now. Top 4 Pac-12 schools.
I'll give you my top 5. 6.
Washington.
No.
Okay. Washington's going to lose a game.
Washington top
4.
Top 4. People can lay it down there too.
Give me your top 4.
Top 4. I'm going. It's Washington. It's Oregon. It's USC. It's Utah.
Okay.
I say it's Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
I say Oregon State, UCLA, Colorado,
then the rest of them.
and the rest of them.
Okay. I would agree with almost all of it, but I think it goes Washington, Oregon.
I did say that.
You said that.
Utah, then USC. I think
Not until we get an
James,
offense,
you
dude.
can't. We don't have a freaking offense.
they don't have a defense.
Yeah, but we got to be able to.
You have to be able to
Okay,
score.
I get that. And if it goes down as it is right now, yeah, okay. But I think Utah with the offense, if Cam can somehow come back, Utah's better than USC.
I really will be so sad if we waste what I could say is the best defense Utah has ever had on a year when we have no offense.
Mm-hmm.
That really will be such a shame.
This defense is so scary good.
Anyways, all right, we got to move on because we're running out of time. Let's.
A little brother to who? Everybody.
Janine.
Bully
what,
Janine.
What are you talking
Bully
about?
her.
Bully
She's
her.
a troll.
Get out.
All right, we're going to do, and this will bring up maybe some other games. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Okay, can we just real quick before we get to the good, the bad, and the ugly?
Yes.
There is no time. People don't care after 1 hour, though.
I know. Stay with us,
Exploring
people.
the
Stay
spread.
with us.
We can talk all
Washington.
night.
I watched. So I was impressed with Washington State. I'm not going to lie, man.
I was too.
I'm glad we don't play them.
There's some guy. I think they're going to make more noise than people are giving them credit for.
Yeah.
That offense flies, and Cam Ward's good. So I'm really. They're going to beat some teams they were thought never to beat, but they're something's going to happen. But I'm going to say when I watch Washington and I watch Penix, that dude can throw the ball. That guy, he just gets back there and with like no effort. That baby is 45 yards down the field.
He goes
And
like this, and it's just gone.
he sets up his, and I
He's
mean,
so fun to watch.
the guy's good. Washington looks really good to me. Bo Nix, what I like about Bo Nix is that within that system, I mean, he's just running it.
Yeah.
Perfectly. And he's a threat
perfect
to
for that
run.
offense.
They can throw. They got these backs that are fast.
Good defense.
Experienced guy. I mean, it's amazing the good quarterbacks. I know Caleb gets all the hype. Dude, no way, man. There's some really good guys
like
I think are as good or better than he is.
But Caleb's not getting the hype this year that much, which I love.
He's entitled. He plays like he's entitled. That's why.
Okay, but
Tell
his
me about
numbers
it.
are still they're astronomical.
It's true.
They are, but if Penix had been playing full games, he would be way above Williams. He's already above Williams.
I agree with you. Both Penix and Williams have been overshadowed because of what's going on at Colorado.
Yeah, it's true.
So as that dust settles and Colorado starts to fall down, who gives a crap?
No, that's been the one benefit of the Colorado hype is I haven't had to hear about crybaby Caleb.
But him and Penix have had unbelievable seasons so far.
Did your voice just crack?
Probably. I don't know.
You're
My
getting
voice is
older. He's getting older
hitting
now. His
puberty.
voice is changing.
getting a little bit of
Getting
a beer.
puberty.
Okay, so
Yeah, you
can we
hit
do our
puberty
good, the
right
bad,
there?
and the
You
ugly?
saw it.
All right.
Puberty.
We're going to give our good, the bad, and the ugly for this college football
This
weekend.
week. So if you
This
got
last
the
weekend.
good,
Yeah. By the way, LFG, I hate ASU. I hate them. I do. I always have.
You know what, though? They've almost beat USC 2 years in a row. They almost beat them last year, too. So
I mean, that's all
Shuts
good. I'm
done it.
for that. But
ugly equals USC.
That's
we're
true.
going good, the
Okay.
good, the bad, the ugly.
Okay.
If you've got those three, throw them out on the chat. We'll give ours out.
Okay.
Gary, why don't you go first? The good.
Well, I've sort of already, ranted on, but for me, the good was Oregon destroying Colorado. That was the good. It was so wonderful.
That was good.
I loved it. So that's the good. The
Y'all
bad,
not bad yet.
No. We're just giving our goods
oh,
first.
just the good.
Just
Are
the
you
good.
new to this?
Just good, James.
My
Peace
good.
out.
My good's Washington State.
All right.
I thought they were going to lose. They almost lost. Washington State, man, I'm impressed. Good for them. Go Cougs.
Pilgrim. Yeah, Caleb does probably paint his toenails.
I mean, he
He has 2 earrings
he
and
limps a lot, so
Okay.
he puts his jaw out. If you watch him
Anyways,
look his
all
jaw
right.
out, it looks like kind of weird.
My good
Millionaire
is
already, though, so he can do whatever he wants.
God, my good is the state of Washington, because Washington and Washington State, man, those teams are just. I think Washington State, I wasn't expecting as much. Washington is better than I expected it, but I do have a sub good, and this is for the ladies. This is for the ladies.
All right.
Ladies, Rose.
And me.
The good was the Sam Hartman, Marcus Freeman QB head coach duo that we got to watch Notre Dame.
Those are both beautiful, man.
That was so good on my TV.
Sam Hartman
And Marcus Freeman.
and Marcus Freeman for the ladies.
Woo.
If you know what we're talking about, Flush, look them up.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Flush nose. Flush nose.
That was so good. Okay, the bad,
The bad.
Gary.
I've already mentioned it basically, but I'm going to it. The USD is bad.
USC.
That's my
USCD.
The USCD is bad. That's my
Rose.
what?
Okay, but
Bro,
Rose,
you gotta acknowledge it.
yeah, you can acknowledge that they are very good
Bro,
looking.
so do
men.
I, but they are very good looking. Okay. Rose, we play for the same team, but they're very, very good looking.
Truth is truth, and good look.
Truth is
Rose,
truth.
I love you. This
Oh,
is
that was
amazing.
funny. Oh my gosh. Okay. Notre Dame.
They're pretty.
Go
All
ahead.
right.
James, you're bad.
My bad's the same.
USC
defense.
Okay.
So bad.
Mm,
I had been told
So
they gotten
bad.
better.
No.
I saw the same.
It was
I'm not saying they're
atrocious.
crap. What I'm saying is they're not.
They haven't improved.
They're not. What I saw, they're not as good as the UCLA D.
Okay.
And some of these other Ds I've been watching, I don't see them as good as Utah's D.
Not even close.
This is what they were last year.
Yeah, they're exactly what they were last year.
Okay, so there it's our bad.
Okay, Bryn.
My bad was Notre Dame and all of their mistakes at the end. I don't know how you do. I don't know how. You came out of a timeout.
If you don't know what you're talking about,
You only had 10 men on the
they had
field.
10 guys on the field.
I don't know
for the-
how.
That's 2 plays.
Last 2 plays, 10 men on the field.
And Ohio State scores.
Ohio State scores.
It was bad.
Hmm.
The ugly.
So my ugly was that.
Oh, yeah.
I can't help it. My ugly was.
I don't know.
That was so
I mean,
bad.
this is the
It's
game
just-
winning. This is the freaking goal line.
Yeah.
And they had 10 guys. Now, yeah, okay, it's coaching, but did anybody on the field go, wait a minute, there's nobody on the right
There's
side of our
supposed to be
line.
a guy right here.
There's nobody here. Even if you go offside or call a timeout, which they didn't have, they'd be penalized, and they'd go 6 inches closer to the
Right.
goal line. Big deal, dude.
Well, and they had made some other
That was ugly.
weird decisions leading up to it. Like the coaching at the end was bad. So yeah, that was
Okay, I like Flush Jackson's the Ohio State coach Ryan Day going off on
On the old man.
105
Talk about an old man.
freaking Lou Holtz. Doesn't know what day it is.
Does that bug you what he did?
Is that your ugly?
No, it's not my ugly. I just wanted to acknowledge it.
Well, that's my ugly. Flush, you took my ugly.
Okay. No, I
What?
mean, it was weird.
That was my ugly is Ryan Day's rant because first of all, I'm sitting there watching it. I didn't even know the Lou Holtz stuff.
He went off.
But when it was live and he's watching
Lou.
it, I'm going, I'm so sick of these top teams saying that they're disrespected.
Yeah, that
You
part-
are number.
Is that what you're talking about? What
Well,
he said?
live when I was watching it, I was like, that was so annoying and off-putting to me. And then come to find out he's going after Lou Holtz, who's 86 years old and is such a Notre Dame homer.
Yeah.
Of course he's gonna bash your team. He's always been that way. So to take it like so personally against Lou Holtz, I thought that was weird. I thought it was dumb. It was ugly to me.
Okay. Personally, I didn't have a problem with him going after Lou.
Really?
Because he's doing it this way. You have to look at it this way. He's doing it for his team.
I know.
Hear me out, man. Hear me out. Yeah, they have been called Charmin by a lot of people. So he's doing it for his team. They came back and they won. So I get that. The part that I didn't like, I thought was stupid. So it's two parts. That part I didn't care.
Okay.
He was calling out Lou and he's defending his team. I probably done the same thing.
Okay.
The part I thought was stupid is that it's Ohio State against the world.
Yeah.
Okay. That is what is stupid. Are you
like
kidding me? These guys are like one of the top teams every year.
Every year.
It's not against the world.
No one's disrespecting you. No one thinks that you deserve to be here. Shut up.
So
You're
say
ranked like 5.
Georgia did the same thing last year. So for us on the outside watching you say things like that, it's stupid.
Anytime Gary says, hear me out, I take a shot. Rose is
You're plastered then. You're not going to be able to get up.
It's a drinking game.
Okay.
Oh,
I gotta give you my ugly. So initially it was the Notre Dame thing, but I'm going to revise it.
Okay.
The ugly is the state of Colorado, because between
Oh my gosh, James.
no, between
Oh yeah.
Colorado getting shellacked,
Oh god.
and then the Denver Broncos.
The Raiders were bad.
Having 70 points scored on you.
So if you're a Broncos Buffs fan, you got outscored 112-26 this week. I hope you were all doing okay.
Dang, Denver.
Here's the good side.
Everyone that lives in
So
that
Rose,
state.
hear me out. Take another hit.
Now
Or
he's
shot.
He's gonna try and get you wasted.
Hear me out. Hear me out. At least in Colorado, you can go
Oh yeah.
That's true.
go get some brownies and
mellow
blaze
yourself
one up
out.
and
Yeah.
blaze a
chill.
big.
Don't pretend like
Get
you
a bong out, dude.
don't pretend like you don't know the lingo.
And
Rose,
what?
Rose is gone.
She's wasted.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh boy,
we're over.
that's our good,
Friday
bad, and
night.
the ugly.
I'm excited.
Leave in the comments your good, bad, the ugly. Again, please make sure you hit the like button. Please make sure you are subscribed. Follow us on all the social medias. Thank you to
Share
everyone.
us. Yeah,
in the
share us.
chat.
Promote us.
Yeah,
Join us every week.
go
Love me.
Utes. Friday night, Fox Sports 1.
We're gonna win, Bran.
Okay,
We're just I'm so
Hey,
disappointed
you can
tonight.
all
She
come-
has disappointed me so much.
you can all
tonight.
come after me next week. I hope you do.
I can't.
I hope I'm wrong.
Better be.
I,
Two fronts. Hold on to this with 2 hands.
James. Good luck, everybody.